together underground of the unfinished church, and we had prayer meeting. Every night we would gather together and we were pouring our heart and we were praying. And I was praying to God too, desperately. But in my mind, humanly speaking, there was no way for me to get millions of dollars in this situation. I knew that I would have bankruptcy. And all the denominational churches and Christians were expecting that the Pentecostal church would have a bankruptcy. They were all my Job's friends. They would come and comfort me, but they were enjoying my bankruptcy. I'm sorry to say it this way, but they really did it. And newspaper began to attack me, and even my dear friends in our own denomination began to attack me. So I had no friend. But in very, very cold winter evening, about 2,000 people gathered together underground of that unfinished building, and we were praying, but we were desperate and I felt hopeless. Then one very old woman came out trembling. She was about 80 years old. She said, "Pastor, would you please give me your microphone?" I said, "Sister, go down and sit there. Don't harass me. I have problem enough right now." I thought that she was senile, so I said, "You go and sit down there." But she was crying all over her face. She says, "Pastor, just please give me a microphone for 5 minutes. I want to say something to the people." So to quiet her down, I gave her a microphone. I said, "Only 5 minutes." She said, "Folks, we've been praying for God to answer, to finish this building." She said, "I have no husband, no children. I'm living by the support of government. I've been saved under the ministry of Dr. Cho, and I have a tremendous hope of going to heaven. Soon I will go to heaven. And I'm coming out here every night praying for this church." But she said, "Just by praying, we are not reaching to any place." It's when Jesus Christ was in the wilderness. A boy brought 5 bread, 2 fish. And we must bring 5 breads and 2 fish to God. Then we should pray. Without sacrifice, our prayer means nothing, she said. Then she unwrapped something from very old yellow newspaper. And it was a banged up old brazen rice bowl and chopstick. She said, "This is all what I have in the world. This rice bowl, I eat out of it every day, the chopstick. And I want to give this rice bowl and chopstick to the work of God." She said, "I can eat food out of cardboard. Instead of using chopstick, I can use my gnarled finger." But she said, "I have no money. This is all what I have. And I want to give this to the altar of God and pray." And she brought that old banged up brazen rice bowl to me. My heart was so broken. I was convicted. I said, because I started to build this church, I'm even robbing this old woman of the old rice bowl which she has. I was broken down. I was crying. I said, "Grandmother, I can't accept it from you. I'd rather die. I'd rather give up my ministry than exploiting you. No, I can't accept." She crumbled down. She was crying. She said, "Because I'm an old widow, because I give a very poor things to the Lord, you are not accepting me?" And she was crying. Then suddenly the Holy Spirit came upon the congregation. All the people began to cry. All the people began to cry. The Spirit began to blow like a mighty wind. The Holy Spirit used her dedication. And then people began to stand up and they began to make pledge. People began to give their home, their whole year salary, and they began to give everything. And one night we received more than $1 million there. At those days, dollar was very strong, you know. I could not believe my eyes. Suddenly, the door of heaven was open, and people all began to dedicate. And I received money, and I completed the building. And in 1974, when I was having a dedication, Billy Graham came and he dedicated our church, and we had a ministry seminar. Thousands of the interdenominational ministers came to our church, and every one of them praised the Lord, and they came to me and said, we knew that you could make it. But brothers and sisters, I tell you, when you have vision